Hello and welcome back to Rambling About Wrestling. I'm joined today by my beautiful co-host and also Samuel J. Doherty. It is time to preview the Manchester Wrestling Day. Starting off, of course, with Futureshock's Big Breakfast, starting at 11 a.m. Don't eat eggs during the Big Breakfast. That I can absolutely demand. And then, of course, moving on to the main feature of sorts of Progress. Wonder Brawl 2, not Thunderstruck. That's a completely different band and or song and or everything. I'm coming to you live from inside of a tanning bed, it would appear, because I look very red. Let's just get straight into the Futureshock preview. Hello, Sam. Give us some names and or some...
So currently, Futureshock, and this is a pattern that they've been doing for the past couple of Fairfield Social Club shows, where they don't reveal the matches before the day, they just reveal the names. We're going for the star power here. So, in no particular order, these are your performers currently announced at midday on the 3rd of June. So if any get announced before this gets uploaded, don't say in the comments we didn't include them because we couldn't have known about it. Okay.
There you go.
There is Alejandro West, Brian Strong,
The Undead
Scott
Man,
Oberman,
Slam
Johnson, Pele, the 05, Lily Winter, Declan McCarthy, Aziz, the Tevlins, Tony Wright, Raffleman, and Stephen Cross.
Stephen Cross, of course, the most recent addition just this morning, I believe.
Yes, 3 hours ago to the recording time.
So probably about 7 for you lot. I don't know what to really do with this information to preview it. What matches could we expect to see, I guess?
So,
what would you put?
Based on promos, if I get my fantasy booking hat on, a little mini gaze into the future, shock into the far near future. Their promos, the Tevlins have wanted a shot at the 05's tag titles, even though this is a Fairfield show, because this is leading directly into Progress. I can see that title match happening here. So my first prediction, the Tevlins versus the 05. Another prediction I have is that we've seen sort of Tony Wright and Dec McCarthy having a bit of animosity between them. Will that result in a match? I am unsure, but I would expect that whoever Tony faces, Declan will have something to say about that and maybe intervene. Scott Oberman, I don't see doing much because he might not want to risk getting injured before being on the Progress card. But this is his first time in Futureshock since December, where he won the trophy tournament to get a chance to cash in on any title he wants. Now, based on what he said in the promo leading up to it, I don't think he can cash in on Tony, even though Tony has the Adrenaline title, because of the stipulation match at Bumps in the Night, I want to say that match took place at.
I do believe so, yeah.
So Scott can't cash in on the Adrenaline Championship while Tony is the holder. So we might see him team up with someone, maybe go after the tag titles, because all 3 male champions are on this card. So if there's any time to get a choice of what you want to cash in on, Scott, it's now, because I don't think that's happened for a while.
I believe it is one of the first cards to have all 3 on. The women's champion isn't announced yet. is she? Holly
No,
Barlow,
Holly
not yet announced.
Barlow isn't confirmed. Though
You've
I
got
do have,
to assume she'll be there though, because Lally do have a match later on in the day.
yeah, though I do have something to say about Lily Winter, which I think is a fun little fantasy booking, even though he isn't announced yet. Because of what happened at the last Fairfield show, I think it'll be really good to see Lily Winter take on Hayley Cooling like what Satsa did. If we're not going for that, maybe we'll finally get the Saxa and Lily Winter match, and they're just holding off to announce Saxa for this, maybe thinking it can raise up the hype to finally get this match.
Yeah.
And then Brian Strong, last time we saw him, he had been revived by John, it seems, and they teamed up and unfortunately lost against Northwest Strong. So it'll be interesting to see what Brian does, because we, apart from the MCPC and Scott Oberman, we're lacking a lot of heels. There's some tweeners, like I know Stephen Cross goes in between, being a heel and a face depending. But apart from that, there's not. Everyone's pretty much a face on the card. So it does beg the question what some of these people are going to be doing. Maybe friendly exhibitions, friendly breakfast, or maybe some breakfast brawls. We don't know. Slam
possible.
Johnson could be on the buffet table. Who knows?
Maybe,
But,
I mean, he could be.
Yeah. It is interesting how people because before the Tevlins got announced and the 05 got announced, I thought are they doing tag partners individually, but as we can see, they're not. So I don't think James Grayson or Dr. Proctor will be on this card. So it begs the question of what Pele and Slam Johnson will be doing tonight. Well, not tonight, but on the night.
Yeah. Well, the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd stick Pele and Slam Johnson just in the ring against each other. Nice little food fight. Why not? Stick a few eggs and a bit of bacon in the middle of the ring and have a food fight.
Yeah, we could see that. I could also see maybe Aziz versus Pele, because the Tevlins and Gen 1 are currently one apiece. It does feel like there's a little bit of unfinished business between the teams. So maybe Deck has sent Aziz to teach Pele a lesson. Ever since Pele won Lotto Thunder this year, he's kind of been a thorn in the side of the whole MCPC. So it would be nice to see him fight another member. And the last thing I'll say on this, anyone you stick with Alejandro West is going to be an amazing match, because he is really good. And if Scott Oberman does have a match, him versus Alejandro West would be a barn burner to kickstart the day.
I think Scott Oberman will wrestle. I think anyone who's booked in will be competing. It really depends, I feel, the card on whether this is going to be a canon show or not, or if it's going to be a fun start to the morning, everyone can have their fun, or if they're going to try and actually advance storylines. Because in my mind, if Progress are coming to town and you partnered with them, you'd try and get a few of your bigger stories over and get involved. But also, Fairfield is famous for having a bit of fun. So it really depends how they feel on the day, I feel.
Yeah. I do think we are going to see more storylines advance, just because we do have the MCPC here. And I believe with the was it the July show getting moved? It's now just this and a Stockport show before we get Anniversary.
Ooh.
So there's not a lot of time to build up to what's going to happen, because we're thinking Troy Ryan and Deck McCarthy is set for Anniversary. So we obviously need to set the other the other title divisions, and also the matches around the title matches at Anniversary. So I do think we will get something there. And I do think that's why Lily Winter is on the card. I feel like we're going to see what her path is specifically, because we have been seeing her never-ending quest to capture the women's title again since Holly defeated her for it.
Yeah, we're
So
going to need a lot of storyline advancement if there's only 2 shows before anniversary.
see, yeah, I think it's going to be half and half. I think half the show is going to be fun, but then all the bits involving the MCPC is going to be strictly storyline advancement.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at the dates for the year. It looks like we're getting a double MMU anniversary show, which is kind of a shame. I like the Guildhall as their sort of anniversary.
Yeah, it feels more prestigious, the Guildhall. I think because of the chandelier. Yeah, but I know there's one of the dates that's been jostled around a little. I can't remember which one it is. I think it might be that July show, or maybe it's. No, it's the June 27th show. I don't think we're getting that anymore. The double, I don't believe so. Again, this is just what people have told me, so it might be wrong. If they
I was going to say
didn't get it right.
I'm not much help on this one because I've been quite tapped out of wrestling this year.
This is just gossip from the faithful. Gossip from the Futureshock faithful. But I do believe the June show at the MMU, it is a bit up in the air. So, yeah, I do think we only have 2 shows before anniversary. So, I think that's why at the Guildhall last time we did see Troy pull the trigger and attack Declan, because we're building up to anniversary on the fast lane to it now.
Yeah, I mean, that should be a pretty damn good match at anniversary if they do pull the trigger on Troy versus Deck McCarthy. I'm zooming in and zooming out for some reason. I have no control over my camera today. But speaking specifically on the Big Breakfast show, or is that what it's called? I don't actually.
The Big Breakfast, yes.
Yeah.
Futureshock presents the Big Breakfast.
One point specifically that I need to sort of delve into that sort of merges the 2 shows is obviously Scott Oberman has his title shot whenever he wants against what we assume has to be the world champion because of the embargo on challenging Tony Wright. His match later on in the day is against the Super Strong Style 16 winner, Charles Crowley. So if he should cash in on that show, I don't know if it's the smartest decision for him, because he's then got to immediately fight the hottest man in progress, the spectacular twat, Charles Crowley. I hope we don't get censored off YouTube for that. That's his name, boys. You've got to use his full name.
Yeah, we'd still time in. I don't think we will get the cash in, mainly because I feel like we're gonna save it for a double header. It just feels in my mind, whether that be anniversary or bumps in the night or something like that, or even if it waits a whole year and cashes in just before it expires at the Trophy Tournament 2026.
Yeah, there's every chance. I mean, it really depends what match Declan McCarthy has on the day, because Scott Oberman is one opportunistic bastard, as they say. Yeah. But I mean, there's 2 schools of thoughts stepping away from the whole storyline aspect of it. Does Futureshock want to get their world title highlighted on a big stage, a huge stage that'll be viewed across, probably not Triller anymore after all the news about them recently, but wherever the hell Progress is going to be getting viewed? Do they want to get that against the biggest name right now, the rising star Charles Crowley, or do they want to focus on their own product? And I'd say Futureshock back themselves. I don't think we will see it, but there's a good chance. You know, it really is a coin toss, I think. Why would you be having Scott Oberman on your show why would you announce him if you didn't fancy a little tease of a cash in at least?
Yeah, I'm gonna say because he hasn't appeared since he won, and it kind of made it very clear he's not coming back until he cashes in. So it does really beg the question, but also is a thing of are you gonna have this mega moment happen in like leading up to the biggest show in Manchester uh, for at least a while?
Yeah,
Because it's always a spectacle when Progress or Rev Pro come to Manchester. They're like the two big boys of um, the UK, and I feel like it's
yeah.
not a you know it's I'm not dissing anyone by saying that,
No, absolutely not.
and I feel like North is trying to push itself up to be to make it the big three.
Oh, North is absolutely up there, yeah.
Yeah,
Sort of the TNA of sorts, except a bit better in ring. And I mean, they've got Leon Slater TNA. Then maybe that's a bit of a unkind comment for me to make, comparing them to TNA. Just like when I said Ricky Sosa was Jey Uso if he could wrestle. There's some
yeah.
unkind words from Jackie Beno on this particular day.
But yeah, I do see it is a coin toss. It's 50-50 on whether he cashes in. Part of me has a really funny thought, but I don't think they would do this. But it would just be really funny if they did. Because Scott said in his first promo, like when he was announced for the trophy tournament, I could find a friend and maybe go after the tag titles. I would find it really funny if Scott comes out after Tevlinson 05, whoever one wins, drags Raffleman off of the merch table and uses Raffleman as his tag partner and cashes in for the tag titles and wins them.
that'd be the single dumbest thing ever, and it's at Fairfield, so it has to happen now.
But just saying, I feel like Scott would immediately turn into a face because of how over Raffleman is. Like, it would counteract all of the stuff Scott has done because Raffleman is so over with the Futureshock faithful. And like, there was a giant pop when he won a match. Imagine the pop if Raffleman wins the tag titles.
We're running the Better Than You Bebe story in Futureshock with Scott Oldman and the Raffle Man. We're going to have vignettes of him selling raffle tickets or doing a little meat raffle, auctioning a few bits. Yeah, we'll run it, book it.
He raffles off the tag title.
That'd actually be a great thing. Yeah.
As a breakup angle, if they split up. He raffles off his half of the tag title, and then just like a kid has to fight with Oberman.
Nicholas!
Yeah, Nicholas is going to return. He's going to make his Futureshock debut. Oh, God. I know they would never do it, but I've spoken it into the universe, so I'm praying.
If we do get a tag title defense and Oberman isn't feeling it, the Raffle Boys of Slam Johnson and Raffle Man would also be quite funny for a tag title defense. If we can't have Scott Oberman, we'll settle for them, I think.
Yeah, if we can't have Tevlins in 05, I will settle for the Raffle Boys.
Right. We have talked as much as we possibly can, I think, about Futureshock Big Breakfast. So I think we should probably move on to Wonder Brawl 2, happening at 3 p.m. Of course, tickets linked for both shows in the description below, because I'm nice to you. I'm great to you. No discount codes, because doing this free promo, guys. Free promo. If anybody fancies giving us some discount codes and or free tickets, just send us a DM. That's in the description as well. Lots of stuff in the description. Just read the description and you'll understand. The first talking point, the one that's most recent, I'd say. Simon Miller and Nathan Black are funny boys, very funny. Nathan Black called Simon Miller a traitor for his words on the traitors didn't win. Was he runner-up? Faraz.
Faraz,
Was he
yes,
runner-up?
he got to the final. Spoilers for the beginning of the year. If you didn't watch, he got to the final. Well,
It's been enough
ultimately, I believe he was part of the final three, but because both other traitors made it there, they voted him off, basically, and so they split the money, which was a nice moment for them. But yeah, it was all right. It was really funny because he didn't do anything all season, and then one episode he locked in, said the answer, but then didn't go for it. Like he didn't push the theory. Like in the confessional, he said who both traitors were. Like he knew their identities, but he just never pushed the theory.
I think we all remember the "Grandma's done me" when Rachel managed to get him voted out, and he found out that Rachel was a traitor. Some great stuff from Faraz. Anyway, for some reason, I know he's a wrestling fan, but he went on Under the Mat with Simon Miller, and him and Simon Miller, of course, as all Under the Mat guests do, got himself in a little pickle, did Simon. Didn't like each other, and now he's joined Nathan Black's corner for the match. I mean, this is going to be pure fun, pure excellence, if you will. There's going to be a lot of size.
Look at the goddamn size.
I think everybody loves a bit of Nathan Black. I cannot wait for this. Nathan Black's one of the funniest guys alive. Simon Miller is one of the funniest guys alive. Yeah. The only bald man we'll tolerate over here.
Bit mean to Stephen Cross.
You know, Stephen Cross, it's been a while since I've heard his name as well. I still remember he threw his ring-worn shirt at me that he torn off once. And I've not been able to give it back to him since. I haven't seen him since. I don't really want to keep a sweaty shirt that had been torn in half. But
well, if you're there at Big Breakfast, just...
I don't know where it is, to be honest.
It
was on my memorabilia wall. I don't know why I kept it on a memorabilia wall. That was not a great sight. Stank up the joint, just like me when I try and do any analysis. Nico Angelo versus Tom Thelwell is the next match on the card. Nico Angelo, of course, from part of Diamond Eyes, who are former tag champions. I know a fair bit about Nico Angelo and his what's the word? His antics down in the South, particularly Riot Cabaret, the current Riot Cabaret champion, I believe. Perhaps not. Not the current Riot Cabaret champion.
Live fact checking.
Fucking hell, it's been a while. I was there when he defended the title against his pals Jay Joshua and Connor Mills, but he apparently lost it to Spike Trevay in a no DQ match, who then lost it to Charles Crowley. So it's been a while. But anyway, Nico Angelo, an excellent wrestler. I'll tell you that. I don't believe, Sam, have you seen Nico Angelo wrestle?
I have not seen either of this men wrestle, unfortunately, but I've heard good things. When I did my deep dive on the catch lore, I saw that Tom Thelwell was very successful in the Enigma series. At least one of the times he competed. The other time, I think he ended up with -1. I think he's the only man to finish on minus points so far in the Enigma series at catch. But yeah, so I missed the boat on both of these men, so it's going to be really interesting to see them, because I have no expectations going in, because I haven't even seen any clips of them yet. I'm pretty sure Jack will show me some before the day. So yeah,
definitely, we got to train you up. But Nico Angelo, very, very cool finisher. That's the one highlighted point I'll give you. It's called split personality. It looks sick as hell. He is a brilliant wrestler. Tom Thelwell, he's not part of the Young Guns, but in Rev Pro, he did team with the Young Guns against the Slater Dojo just last week. He is another one of those wrestlers where he's a at the risk of insulting somebody by going, oh, he's just like this person, just like that person. He's the second coming of this person. He's a bit like Luke Jacobs if he was harder hitting and more vicious, I'd say, is how I'd think it. He's a proper Mancunian stallion, if you will. In fact, that is his name, the Mancunian Stallion. He's a bit of a dirtier fighter, in a way. So I think that they'll match up well here. Tom Thelwell, obviously from Manchester, so he's going to be getting the hometown reaction. And Nico Angelo, part of Diamond Eyes, not well liked. They were former Progress Tag Champions who lost it. Now the Young Guns are the tag champs, walking back. But that's for later on. That's for in a second.
He's part of a really successful wrestling family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his cousin Tony is doing really well in NXT, I've heard. Yeah.
I was thinking of Tom Thelwell there. Took me a second. Yeah. Perhaps they'll call on him. Perhaps the match will devolve into Nico Angelo and Tony D'Angelo versus Tom Thelwell and Mason Rock. Not exactly. Come on, lads. Mason Rock. Right. I know this is beside the point, but how did you have an absolute layup in Is Big Is Bad, He'll Body Slam Your Dad, Will Cruz, and go, you know what? Let's start playing chess here, lads. Let's get Mason Rock in the mix.
Let's give him a name one syllable more than the chant, so the chant no longer works.
Exactly.
Because the point is, it's two syllables. Will Cruz, Mason Rook. It doesn't work anymore.
I know that's completely separate to the point of progress, except it's not, because Will Cruz is... I don't even fucking know, man. Will Cruz's family member in some way, Gene Money, will be taking on his twin brother, I think. I'm not sure Sam is familiar with the Gene Money family law, but nobody is. It's insane. It's insanity.
It's like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so Gene Money, from what I can understand, here's your family tree. Gene Money is the father, perhaps. Then we have the Mother, Session Moth Martina. And then his nephew is Will Cruz, now Mason Rock, unfortunately. His twin brother is Cougar, who is a Japanese pro wrestler from mainly wrestling in Noah, I do believe. I've not seen much of... Yes, it's Pro Wrestling Noah he's mainly in. At some point, I believe we had another family member from Japan that was his son, who is now the current reigning defending Noah heavyweight champion.
So that would be Gene Money's grandson.
Exactly. It's not exactly thingy. Oh, also, for some reason... Oh, yeah, no, they're not. They're divorced. Gene Money and Session Moth. They aren't... Well, they were never married. This isn't a Tate Mayfair situation. They're not friends anymore. And her son is Saxon Huxley, a big bruiser from Pro Wrestling Noah. This is what I mean, guys. Even me, the analytical genius Jackie Benno, can't make heads or tails of it. It is funny, though. It's mainly that. Owada-san is the name of the man who I was thinking of, I believe. Who did go by... Oh, no, he went by Cougar. So now this makes even less sense to me. A lot of name changes. A lot of chaos.
So basically, to simplify, it's brother versus brother.
Yes. And also, as I'm trying to do a bit of research to understand this, I have just stumbled across Progress Chapter 169, where Gene Money defeated Danhausen That's just a fun tidbit. Gene Money holds a pinfall victory over Danhausen. Because of course he does.
Yes.
He is very nice, very confusing. Is this law?
I love the examples on the Progress Instagram they give. Kane versus Abel, Thor versus Loki, Phil versus Grant Mitchell.
Anyway, it's chaotic as hell, but wait a minute. I can't lie to you. I appear to have just stumbled across the fact that Gene Money is with Session Moth Martina to take on Koga. However,
well, this
my
says
last
she's
memory-
in the middle. This says she's in the middle, like she's on the graphic. And
officially,
I don't think
for some
she's
reason,
taking sides.
on Cage Match, but it appears that she's in the middle. My last memory of Session Moth Martina in Progress was her leading an attack on Gene Money at the hands of Saxon Huxley. But it now appears they've kissed and made up. So everybody's happy. The Progress Atlas title's on the line. I'm confused, but I think it'll be good. Probably. Hopefully. Gene Money's a very funny man. A lot of funny people on this card. And a lot of good wrestling. And Cougar...
Why aren't we on the card then? We're funny.
Yeah, exactly. That just proves it all. Cougar, though, did actually have a thingy that I just want to touch on. Ichiban Crusade 1. He did fight in a UWF rules match. That's a cool ass promotion. Check them out. Just a little shout out. Ran by Gino. His name's Gino. And they did have a cool card.
DeCampo.
Pretty much, I think. Probably.
It can't be ran by him, Gino DeCampo. He's Orangan.
He is?
Yeah, he abused his staff.
Oh man.
Yeah, camera guy passed out from heat exhaustion, and he didn't get him help. He just wanted them to keep filming his show.
Jeez. Only on Rambling About Wrestling would a talk about wrestling turn into Gino DeCampo's abuse. Let's try and get back on track. As obviously recently Nikki Storm now, daughter of Tony, and her husband Big Damo bought Progress out from under Lee McAteer. That's a crazy ass thing. I can't lie. I don't understand what's gone on there.
Who had that on the bingo card?
Lee McAteer appears to be saying that none of the ideas that everybody hated were his ideas. He appears to have just done a full 180 and just started putting laughing emojis to a lot of negative tweets. He's either he's either spiraling or something's gone on. But I think
you got the money,
yeah, we'll find out soon enough. I think he was a millionaire already. I think this was a passion project for him, and for some reason he sold. But it's important for that because Big Damo has brought in 2 unknown wrestlers to put on the card, and this is something Progress are going to start doing, I believe. Daz Black first. I want to say Kian Noonan is what I want to say. Obviously, I should have done a bit of better research into how his name's pronounced. But this is sort of like a spotlight match. All the established wrestlers, but then we've also got 2 young guys who are going to give it their all to put on a nice show for the fans, get the names out there a bit. I like the initiative from Big Damo and Nikki Storm. I think Big Damo will be in attendance for this card, but he's not announced for
the meet and greet.
Yes, that's why I think he'll be in attendance.
Yeah.
This will be the first Progress show since the acquisition by Big Damo. I feel he'll probably come out and make a few remarks to the crowd.
This is a new era.
This is a new era. And then he'll go, "Are you ready?" And
then spit water at people.
Yeah, probably. That's got to happen, man.
Yeah. You once tried to educate me on Daz Black, I think.
I believe he was in North last time I saw him. Although I could be wrong. Yes, he was in the NCL Cup, making it to the semi-finals before being eliminated by Judas Gray, whom I have only ever seen with Joe Hendry in his corner fighting Gene Money, I believe, in Wrestle Carnival. Some crazy stuff. I'm name dropping every promotion under the sun.
Judas Gray is really great. There was a weekend where I saw them wrestle twice, once as a heel, once as a face, and they were just great both times.
I mean, they were great on that show, so seems good enough for me. But yeah, Keen Noonan, I can't find a ton about him except for a 7 on Cage Match. He's a standout of the Irish wrestling scene, apparently. So let's hope he can get a bit of notoriety over here.
Pro Wrestling Malta.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, already a world-travelled veteran at the ripe old age of 23.
In 2026, he's already had 13 matches in OTT. The
OTT,
Irish promotion, yes.
OTT, of course, a great promotion who will always have a special place in hell from me because they booked Nick Nemeth versus Man Like Doris for their Scrappermania event in Wolverhampton. This is derailing it, but, right, lads, if you announce an end time, you can't be pissed if I'm annoyed that you don't put on Man Like Doris versus Nick Nemeth by that end time. I travelled all the way down, day off, for bloody Nick Nemeth versus bloody Man Like Doris, and I had to leave before it because they went over an hour over their end time. Bloody disgraceful, I tell you. Now, of course, I am joking, but that was something that actually put me off wrestling for quite a while, live wrestling at least. This is just Jackie Benno airs his personal grievances today. This is the great card.
Fun fact, Kean Noonan has a victory over the Brian Kendrick.
Oh.
Yes.
Another interesting figure.
In May at FFW, he teamed with Alex Riot and Fordy to beat Brian Kendrick, Joey Scott, and Louis Osborne.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Brian Kendrick.
See, and he was also. It says he was also in the Super Strong Star, but went out in the first round.
Who? Kean Noonan?
Yeah.
No way. I feel like I have every Strong Style.
Super Strong Style 16 men tournament 2026 first round. Charlie Sterling defeats Kean Noonan.
Oh.
At OTT Paddy Bash.
Oh! I forget. Progress changed it this year, so it was really weird. And they had, before the actual Super Strong Style 16, they had like a weird...
Yeah, the qualifier
rounds, didn't they? Yes. So it did mean technically there were some random people in the tournament. That makes sense then.
He's also currently the OTT Irish Heavyweight Champion. So I wonder if he comes out with the title, get that on Progress TV.
Potentially. I can't remember if OTT and Progress are friends. I know TNT and Progress are good friends. There's another random name drop. We're name dropping every UK promotion ever. Speaking of Super Strong Style 16, the winner of Super Strong Style 16 2026 this year, Charles Crowley, takes on the Manchester wrestling scene's boogeyman, Scott Oberman. He is never beaten. He holds all the gold, except he doesn't really, and it's sort of more the Northwest. 2025, he would have been the scene's boogeyman. He had the Atomic title. He had the Adrenaline title. I mean, right now he still, has basically a guaranteed title in Futureshock, like we touched on, but whether he wants to take it now or in 6 months, we'll have to find out. yeah, I mean, this one is going to be the most divisive match, I do believe. A lot of people unwillingly, unjustifiably hating on the Charles Crowley victory that I've seen. I think he is one of the more controversial choices they've made for Super Strong Style 16 winner, but I think that's why it's good. Obviously, he's not everyone's cup of tea in the ring with his whole showmanship. He's a bit like a Cara Noir in a way, where a lot of people don't see the vision. But if you do see the vision, he's a great wrestler. And Scott Oberman will put on a bang. He's a bit like a Luke Jacobs of sorts. You're never going to see a bad Scott Oberman match. Obviously, you might once or twice, but better not to touch on that. But you know who you are. This particular one, unfortunately, I do think Scott Oberman might actually lose a wrestling match, which is a rare occurrence. Obviously, everyone bet against him at Catch last weekend. Well, not everyone did. There was half the crowd were quite fond of him, but
You didn't
a lot of
say.
people.
I think John was the main supporter for Oberman. Yeah, but he's just coming off a match of the year contender, so I do think he's going to give it his all. But yeah, I do think he will lose because Charles Crowley has just won a whole tournament, so it kind of like you need to keep him strong.
Well, yeah, he's
and
bested. He's not actually wrestled since he won Super Strong Style. He's rested himself. He beat Elijah Bloom in the quarterfinals. Jay Joshua, the current Rev Pro heavyweight champion, in the semifinals. And then, of course, finished the night off with Charlie Sterling getting dispatched to win the whole thing. He's beat some of the bigger names in British wrestling. He's going to tick another one off here, I do believe.
Yeah, though, to be fair, Oberman losing in Progress isn't a rare occurrence. He's had 3 matches and he's only won his debut. He's lost his other 2 matches. So, yes, Scott Oberman not really. Maybe the change in ownership can finally see the bright side of Oberman. See his happy smile, happy chappy. I love when he smiles. It's it's genuinely like a spot for me. I always pop when we get an Oberman smile. When he does the thumbs as well and the little like that. I love it.
Yeah, when Oberman's happy, everybody's happy. Yeah, I mean, I think that's been touched on enough. The Experience versus Lally is our next contest. Lally, this one should be pretty damn good. Obviously, for fans of Progress back in the day, you know that the Experience was actually originally called the Lana Austin Experience, but they booted her out because she was very mean a lot of the time. But now she appears to be pretty nice. This is a face v face, goody versus goody tag match, I do believe. Go on then. How is it not? Lally literally dressed as minions a few shows ago. They are the greatest Progress tag team ever.
Yeah,
How in the world is this not goody v goody?
No, it is good to be good. It's just like booing Lana Austin. It's just fun.
You can't boo Lana Austin. She's in her hometown.
It is fun. It's really fun seeing her get annoyed. Like, she's very good at being annoyed.
She's simply the best, Sam. You can't hate on her. It's not allowed.
There needs to be one person. And that person's me. Because it's funny. Yeah.
Well,
I don't care.
He's going to be on the barricade. He's going to be on the balcony. And I will be throwing him off if he boos you. Don't worry.
She'll probably throw me off. She'll march up there and you chuck me off.
That'd be lovely. Could you? Could you for me, Lana? Holly Barlow's a friend of the channel. She's always liking our tweets. Get him off. Get him out of here. Especially if it's the opener. Save me a lot of a headache for the night. Yeah, I mean, these two incredible tag teams away from the funny business. LA Taylor, very cool to see in Manchester. Sky Smithson, we haven't seen much of in Manchester. Sky Smithson also has her run-ins with Lally, being big fans of in Eve, being big fans of straight white women in Eve. She was always trying to recruit them in early 2026. So, everybody's got some history in this match. What's so funny, Sam?
Oh God, it's unrelated. I'm just thinking back to the AJ Sky Smitten tweet.
He never did get to give her the Cobra. We're so childish, Sam. This is a serious news broadcast. The Doherty laugh gets better every time I hear it, man. At the end of the year, that's gonna be one of the advent calendar days. Every time Sam's laughed in one of these videos, it's nothing. There's nothing better in the world.
Every time I've corpsed.
Send for the man. But yeah, this should be a really good one. 4 brilliant wrestlers. I'm surprised it's not for anything. It feels like a match that would be for something in life. I don't think we've seen this match ran that much.
Are there Progress women's tag titles?
There aren't women's tag titles now, but there are tag titles, and the Experience have previously challenged for them. Just like Lally have previously challenged for the Futureshock tag titles, I do believe, at the one where Lally take over, or whatever it was called, Big Friends fan.
I could see this on the night being made a number one contenders match. I don't see why not. Both are pretty celebrated tag teams in Manchester and in the other wider English areas. So
yeah, it feels like a big match. I don't know. Just feels like it would be. Gives me the vibe of something that would be for something so much bigger. But speaking of the Progress Tag Team Championships, another great transition from me. Pat myself on the back. It is probably our main event, if I'm being 100% with you. The rivalry between Luke Jacobs and Man Like Doris has gone on for ages. Your 2025 Super Strong Style winner, Man Like Doris, versus the then Progress World Champion, Luke Jacobs. It was a barn burner, and of course, during All In Weekend last year, Man Like Doris beat Luke Jacobs for that title in a TLC match. It was incredible stuff. I was actually at Raw in Birmingham watching Joaquin Wilde versus El Grande Americano whilst that match happened on a main event taping. Thank you, Grandma, for the birthday gift. I love WWE. The Federation is my fave. Thank you. Gracias.
Gracias.
Oh, what a match from El Grande Americano and El Grande Americano, by the way. Another random side thingy. Who would have thunk that we would have got such a great storyline out of that?
Yeah, who would have think that the minds of Rey Mysterio, The Undertaker, Pete Dunne, and the Americanos could come up with such a good match?
I mean, and also just the whole lore surrounding it of Ludwig Kaiser getting arrested just made it so much better, man. It's happened again.
What's happened again?
The laugh, the iconic Doherty laugh.
You just like paused, so I thought, oh no, has something gone wrong?
Chat, clip that chat. But yeah, that's just a random tidbit. But anyway, yeah, getting back to the history of the Young Guns and the 0121. Obviously, Man Like Doris, 2025 Super Strong Style winner. Luke Jacobs then champion. Luke Jacobs beat him many a time. I believe it was a two successful title defenses, one of which happened in the only unboxing I've ever attended, and it was the weirdest main event, and I almost had to leave. It was the main event of unboxing, which is obviously a mystery card, a bit like the Big Breakfast. It was Luke Jacobs defending his title against Man Like Darius, Leon Slater, and Ricky Knight Jr. I actually went to the bathroom during that match. Ricky Knight Jr., the worst wrestler to ever walk planet Earth. I think that's universally agreed. Not the worst, the worst person. The worst person. I'll never like him. Stop the Ricky Knight Jr. So for Sam doesn't know. Sam's not got enough ball knowledge to know that Ricky Knight Jr. wants to stop the boats. He's a big fan. Also, he's Saraya's brother, or cousin or some shit. He's part of the Knights. The transphobic Saraya, who isn't transphobic because she has trans friends, which was a real excuse she used. Well done. Oh, Nyla Rose likes me, so I can't be transphobic. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I'll cut that out. Don't worry. This is going to take a lot of editing. Oh, man. So, where were we? Yeah, Luke Jacobs leads the series 2-1, but of course the one that mattered was the TLC match at the All-In Weekend show where Man Like Darius did win the title, freed from desire. Darius is on fire. Luke Jacobs is terrified. And then Freed from Desire did play on the radio the next day, and I let out a little tear because my beloved Luke Jacobs had lost. But on this night, Man Like Darius has lost his title to Cara Noir, who is not scheduled to appear, unfortunately, which is a real shame, really. You'd think we got the world champion, because the last time Progress did come to Manchester, we did get Luke Jacobs versus Cara Noir for that Progress championship. No, it was probably the sort of the most improved award would have to go to that match. Nobody had good expectations, and then it ended up being incredible. I feel like a lot of match of the year contenders, people go, this is going to be a good match beforehand. But a lot of people were dreading it because they don't like Cara Noir. I don't see how you can't like the feathered phenom of Cara Noir, but it did end up blowing everyone's socks off. This time around, though, Luke Jacobs will be defending some tag team championships that he won off Sanity, which is, of course, Big Damo and Axel Tisha. Just going to have to fact check myself there. He did not. That's on me. That's my bad. He won it off Diamond Eyes, Nico Angelo, and Connor Mills. Although, where is it? He beat Sanity for the number one contenderships. There we go. I knew it was something to do with that. The Young Guns, of course, maybe Big Damo, now that he's the owner of the company, is going to have them get squashed due to the Young Guns beating Sanity. Maybe he's going to chuck 15 other tag teams in and make it a gauntlet tag match until they lose. He's going to insert Sanity into the match to win the tag titles. But obviously, it's not been a good month for Young Guns FC. Of course, we lost those Rev Pro Tag Team Championships to the genius of the Slater Dojo. We still got the proggy ones, though. Although I'm a bit nervous for it. I don't get nervous, but I'm a bit shaky. Not to mention finally losing to Oberman this month. Yeah, I'm talking more Young Guns FC as a whole. Yeah, we lost to the Rev Pro titles in Doncaster Dome. Then we lost to the Slater Dojo again, teaming with Tom Thelwell in Coventry. it's not been a good month for the tag team of Luke Jacobs and Ethan Allen. Hopefully here they don't lose, but this is another tough test for him, as a man like Darius will be coming for another Luke Jacobs title. Not in a TLC match though, so Luke Jacobs should have it in the bag. But he is teaming with New Japan star Driller Dan Maloney, who of course was a replacement for Ricky Sosa, who I'm so sad that we don't get.
I heard good things about him. I've heard really good things.
He's got the best entrance theme in wrestling. Sosa, bang bang.
I thought it would come out to Love Sosa by who does that song?
Not a clue.
Is it Kid Cudi? I feel like it is. I'm gonna look it up.
But West Sam's doing research into random music.
No, Chief Keef, of course.
Chief Keef.
Yeah, Chief Keef, Love Sosa.
The 0121 taking on the 0161. In the 0161, though, we've got home field advantage. If the Young Guns drop the titles here, I'm saying it right here, right now, I will never watch wrestling again. I'm so confident. I will give this channel to Sam, and I will never, ever speak about wrestling again.
You don't want that. I will turn this into a clown show.
Is it not already?
Yeah, you can keep it grounded a little bit.
Try to, at least. But yeah, that is the entire Progress card, except it's not. Except it's not.
Nope.
You fool! Cage Match have not put on our last match, which of course is probably one that 2021 or 2 Jackie Benner would travel the world to see. Because it features Raven Creed. We have not seen Raven Creed in ages. I think she was at the OTT Scrapomania show that I mentioned before. But I absolutely adore Raven Creed. She's amazing in the ring. She's mental.
Since Progress. According to Cage Match, it's been 3 years since she's shown up in Progress.
It's been a while, but I do remember her. I believe she had a straight jacket match with Lana Austin at some point. It was like something crazy. She's a really interesting wrestler. She's a proper character worker.
She'll be taking on a straight jacket match.
I think you just have to sort of lock your opponent in a straight jacket. I'm either making that up. She feuded with Lana Austin, and it had a mental I
thought they'd both be in a straight jacket, and you need to beat up your opponent while in a straight jacket.
Lana Austin has had some crazy stipulations against her. Progress as a whole, the Progress women's division come up with some of the best things ever. We've had straight jacket matches. We've had a clock strikes 12 match where the stipulation kept changing every time the clock struck 12. It hit 12. Struck 12. Yeah, it was a straight jacket match at Progress Chapter 139. Warriors come out to play. Lana Austin defeated Raven Creed in a straight jacket match. That was one of the most random pulls that I've ever done. But Raven Creed's opponent on the night is Rising Star. She's got style. She's got grace. She'll kick you in the face. It's Melissa Fierce. Melissa Fierce, of course. She's a brilliant wrestler. However, just like JJ Gale, she has been influenced by AI. So she is public enemy number 1 for me. No, I'm joking, of course. She's incredible. Really liked her showings at the Eve Weekender that I went to just a few months ago, I believe. That Wrestle Queendom Weekender. She was in a Fatal 4-Way match teaming with Danny Moe, who, I mean, if Progress could get Danny Moe over here, I'd like that because it's much easier to do than an Eve show. Obviously, because I'd have to stay overnight for an Eve show, but that's separate, lads. That's separate, lads. If next time you come to Manchester, bring her over. Futureshock or Catch or any Manchester scene, Danny Moe would sell me a ticket, and I think it'd sell most people a ticket. But anyway, Melissa Fierce had an incredible show in there. Raven Creed it's been too long since we've seen you. So I think I really like what Nikki Storm has done and given us the female equivalent of that, of Big Damo's sort of young rising star match, except it's two pretty established names.
I will say Melissa Fierce, she doesn't half put the grind in, because 2025, according to Cage Match, having 84 matches in 1 year, pretty really. And considering January she only had one match, so in 11 months having 83 matches in 11 months is really impressive.
Well, this has been something, I think.
A video.
It's been a video. From me, from Sam, from Elton John. We'll see you next time. Stay rambling.